Hi, this is the latest copy of Ethical Consumer, and as you can see it's all about avoiding and boycotting Amazon. The list of accusations against Amazon is long, from offering its services to fossil fuel giants to firing activist workers. Since 2012, Ethical Consumer has been calling for a boycott of the company over its tax avoidance, which costs the UK millions in public funds every year. This magazine is focused on helping you to avoid Amazon and to take pleasure in supporting the good guys, the ethical alternatives that are challenging its online monopoly. Claire Carlisle looks at all that is wrong with the company. Number 1. Tax avoidance. In September 2021, Amazon, which has a market value of 1.5 trillion, released its tax figures for the previous year. Its key arm in the UK, Amazon UK Services, paid just 3.8 million more in corporation tax than in 2019, despite sales rising by 1.9 billion. Profits increased to 128 million. Over the years we have repeatedly told the same story, with headlines like Amazon's UK tax up just 3% despite surge in profits. In October 2020, to Amazon's tax bill falls despite tripling profits. In September 2018, in 2019, Fair Taxmark named Amazon as having the poorest tax conduct of the 6 major tech companies, a sector known for its tax avoidance. Amazon has been criticized for its tax practices in many parts of the world, from the EU to the US. In 2018, for example, the company helped a new tax law in Seattle aimed at tackling homelessness, which had reached a state of emergency in the city, after it threatened to pause local investment if the law went ahead. Globally, the tax avoidance of Amazon and other companies costs $245 billion a year. The impact is disproportionately felt by poorer countries. As Athena Coalition, a US organization of local and national groups opposing the online giant, writes, "It's we who should decide what is best for us and our communities, not big corporations. We can stop Amazon's sweetheart tax deals from local government, draining off public resources and big footing into our neighbourhoods, with no regard for the rest of us." So how is it avoiding so much tax? Amazon has shunted much of its UK income to its subsidiary in Luxembourg, where there is a loss-making subsidiary that is not only not paying tax, but is generating enormous tax reliefs that can be used in the future to ensure that little or no tax continues to be paid. According to Paul Monaghan from the Fair Taxmark, in fact, a report by Unite the Union in August 2021 found that the company may have shifted as much as 8.2 billion from the UK to Luxembourg in 2019. In 2017, the company registered almost 75% of its UK sales through the subsidiary. The company has also sometimes shunted its remaining profits through time. Amazon has invested into dominating the market, thereby monopolizing industries while keeping its profits low. This way it can defer paying taxes until another time. 2. Building a monopoly. By investing so heavily, Amazon has also come to dominate many online markets globally. During the first lockdown in the UK, 35% of all purchases made online were through the company. As of 2019, almost 40% of UK shoppers had access to Amazon Prime subscription service. The company is the top fashion retailer in the USA. Amazon's monopoly supports staggering inequalities between March and September 2020. At a time when most businesses were struggling, Amazon founder Jeff Bezos saw his personal wealth increase so much that he could have given all 876,000 Amazon employees a bonus of $105,000 and be as wealthy as he was pre-pandemic. 3. Denying workers' rights. Behind this monopoly are thousands of Amazon workers, yet the company has in many instances refused to respect their basic rights. We are familiar with reports of impossible 9-second per package targets, pervasive worker surveillance in warehouses, pregnant employees having to stand for 10 hours at a time, repeated worker injuries, and employees having to urinate in bottles for fear of taking breaks. An Amazon delivery driver wrote in 2020, "I pee in a coffee cup every day. I have had termination to write up threats weekly. I go home in pain every day." When workers organize for change, they face serious retaliation. After Amazon worker Chris Smalls led a walkout at New York facility over unsafe working conditions at the start of COVID-19, he was quickly fired. A week later, Amazon's general counsel was accused of using racist tropes to smear Smalls, a black employee. In fact, campaigners say that the company has fired at least 6 workers for speaking out since the start of the pandemic. In early 2021, workers in Bessemer, Alabama, voted on whether to unionize. In the weeks beforehand, Amazon sent an army of anti-union consultants to the city, where they held intimidating and mandatory meetings, including threatening to close the facility down if unionization was voted for, spread anti-union propaganda, and even changed the schedule of the traffic lights to sway the vote, according to campaigners. Amazon has been virulently anti-union everywhere it operates. Christy Hoffman, General Secretary of Global Union, and Sharon Graham, Unite Executive Officer, wrote in Ethical Consumer in May 2021. Is it possible to boycott Amazon? For years, Amazon's expanding empire has undermined workers' rights, environmental standards, and the public institutions underpinning our democracy, says Casper Gelderblom from Progressive International. But is it possible to boycott the company? Amazon's tentacles stretch far and wide, from its ownership of the movie database IMDb to its partnership with communication platform Slack. Amazon is hidden in many places. For some sellers, a boycott may also not be possible, with some saying they rely on the website to reach their market. That is why we never mark small companies down for selling through the platform. However, in many markets there are wonderful alternatives. We take you through them in the following guides. Why bother? Since we launched the boycott campaign 10 years ago, we've seen resistance to Amazon grow. Not only have we been joined by Fair Taxmark, Tax Justice Network, and others in condemning the company's tax record, we've seen workers' unions, anti-racism organizations, anti-gentrification movements, and others raised voices against Amazon globally. In November 2020, a global coalition launched demanding that the company address its workers' environmental and political abuses. #MakeAmazonPay has brought together unions, campaigners, and civil society organizations, including Ethical Consumer. Some of these movements have been major successes. In 2019, New York activists successfully drove Amazon away from the city, where it had planned to build an HQ in return for almost $3 million in tax deals. In 2017, Amazon was ordered to repay €250 million in tax by the EU, although it successfully appealed the fine earlier this year. In May 2021, the European Parliament challenged Jeff Bezos over Amazon's union busting and spying on workers. In March 2021, Bezos confessed, "We need to do a better job for Amazon employees." By boycotting the company, we are taking part in this global movement and building the pressure for Amazon or the legislation that allows its abuse to change. Amazon free book shopping. While the pandemic led to more UK adults getting their noses in books, Amazon was the main beneficiary in this guide. Anushka Carter explores alternatives to putting more dollars into its already bulging pockets. And I'll leave that for another video. Thanks for watching. Bye.